Hello and welcome to today's discussion. And today it is a very proud day for all the Indians because our Indian army has taught a lesson to the Pakistani army, to the Pakistani terrorists, its Pakistani terrorist mindset and its terrorist establishment. So it is well said that the countries have the army, but there is an army which has the country, and there is no political leadership which can control the army of Pakistan. And that is why today Pakistan, due to its terrorist mindset and due to its army's mindset, is on a suicide mission. Pakistan is on a suicide mission. Clearly it is evident, and now the Prime Minister Modi is going to teach a lesson to Pakistan and its army, and already the course for them has started and they are getting the lessons bit by bit. And yesterday it was a bitter lesson for the Pakistani army and its terrorist establishment, and we will discuss how Pakistani army is taking Pakistan on a suicide mission. And that is why many of the MPs of Pakistan even are not in favor of the Pakistani army. So let us start the discussion how they reached over here, how the situation spiraled down to this level. So first of all, the Pakistani army provoked India. And what was the provocation? The provocation was the Pahalgam attack, where 26 innocent Indians, tourists, were killed after identifying their religion, after they were not able to recite the Kalma, and that became a turning point for the history of Pakistan and its army establishment, because earlier also at two incidents India had taught a lesson, one by surgical strike, one by air strike, but they didn't took any lesson from those incidents, right? And thereafter they again provoked India when they attacked the civilians, the tourists at Baisaran Valley in Pahalgam. And thereafter India took the prudent steps, calculated steps, so as to not provoke any of the full-fledged war. And thereafter India took this surgical strike to demolish all the terrorist establishments those were existent in Pakistan or Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So this was the first time when India attacked the terrorist establishments across the international border, not only across the line of control but the international border. So apart from POK, Pak occupied Kashmir, these four locations where India did this air strike was in POK, but these four locations, five locations were in POK and these four locations were in Pakistan, proper Pakistan, across the international border. And this was a clear-cut lesson or clear-cut message to the Pakistani army and its government and its terrorist establishments that it doesn't matter where you are located. If we are willing to take the action, then we will take the action and nobody can stop India in doing that particular thing. So that was the thing. And here all these terrorist establishments were of three major terrorist organizations. One was Jaish-e-Mohammed, one was Lashkar-e-Taiba, and one was Hizbul Mujahideen. So these three terrorist organizations were operating all these terrorist establishments, and that the major one was that in Lahore, and that was that of the Jaish-e-Mohammed, as well as Majrak Subhanallah, Bahawalpur. This was also a major location of terrorist organization where many of the terrorists were getting trained and to carry out, they were getting motivated to carry out that, or you cannot say motivated, but ill indoctrinated to carry out the terrorist attacks in India. You cannot say a terrorist to be motivated, but he is indoctrinated, right? So that was the thing, and because of this Pahalgam attack, that these nine terrorist establishments were neutralized by Indian Air Force and without crossing any of the international border or line of control. Precision attack was there on these establishments, and these terrorist establishments were neutralized by Indian Air Force. And this was not any kind of provocation, but it was right to defend by India which was exercised, right? So it was not any kind of attack on the civilians or the military establishment. So there was a face saving escape way for the Pakistani armed forces and the Pakistani government to leave out it and not to take any action so as to not provoke any further action by India. But you know that the people are not taking any lessons from that of the earlier incidents. So why should they take any lesson from this one? So that was the thing which occurred, and because of that, India took this action further, and this was the incident, this was the damage that occurred to Pakistan after this action on the terrorist establishment. You can see the visuals that were made available by the Pakistani armed forces itself. That was not any visual that was circulating on Indian social media or was published by Indian government, but these were the visuals that were provided by the Pakistan armed forces itself. And this is the level of destruction that occurred in these terrorist establishments. So here what happened? Pakistan took the failed attempt to attack many of the cities in India, and in the first attempt, Pakistani military had attempted to attack several Indian locations. Those were including Srinagar, Amritsar, Chandigarh, Jammu and many other cities. There were around 15 cities on which Pakistan attempted the attack, but all of those were foiled by the Indian defense system, air defense system, and the attempt to engage the military targets were made in North India and Western India on the border locations. But again, this was foiled, and attacks were thwarted by the India's integrated counter UAS grid and air defense system. So India has already advanced its technology to that level that none of these were capable to enter even the Indian border, or in some of them even when they entered the Indian border, then they were shot down, right? So this was the situation, and thereafter a short lesson was taught to Pakistan by India by the drone attacks on the several cities in Pakistan, including Lahore, Bahawalpur, Rawalpindi. Many of the cities were attacked, and in that again the military establishments or that of the kind of technical locations, air defense system, these things were attacked, so as to make it clear to Pakistan army that we are also capable of attacking deep inside Pakistan. But again they failed to take any lesson, because they are already on a path of suicide mission. They are on ensuring their own destruction, and that is the situation. And because of that, Pakistan became desperate. On the night of 8th May, around 8:20 p.m., Pakistan started to attack various cities of India, attempted attack on various cities of India. Here is the complete list. Here you will find that Avantipur, Srinagar, Jammu, Pathankot, Amritsar, Kapurthala, Jalandhar, Ludhiana. So these cities were mainly in 4 states, that UT of Jammu and Kashmir, right? Jammu and Kashmir. Thereafter Punjab. Thereafter Rajasthan and Gujarat. So all these border states, In these border states, the locations or the military establishments of Indian armed forces or the air bases were targeted by Pakistani army and its air force, and this was a desperate attempt by Pakistan to avenge the humiliation that was done by India, and they were trying to establish themselves that they can also do something, some damage to India, but that is possible only when they come in a disguise and do the terrorist attack. If you come openly, then it is not possible for Pakistan to attack any of the city of India or any of the location of India nowadays, right? Earlier also it was not possible. Earlier also they were coming in disguise itself, but now India's defense was there, so India started its defense, and all the swarms of around 50 drones to some, by it is mentioned by some of the sources, and some of the sources are even mentioning 676 drones. So whatever the number is, that will be confirmed by the armed forces itself, but according to the news channels and the press reports, here it is around 50, somewhere it is mentioned 50 swarms of drones and somewhere 76, and 8 missiles were intercepted by India that were fired by Pakistan on various cities of India. So Pakistan attempted the attack with using the drones also, they fired the missiles also. There were fighter jets also. 2 JF-17 were shot down, that were of Pakistan Air Force. And this was not a humiliation only for Pakistan, but as well as for China also. China is trying to sell this fighter jet JF-17 to various countries, and before they would have made any deal, this humiliation came for Pakistan as well as China, because now none of the country will be relying on such kind of fighter jets. Thereafter, one of the F-16, that is American made fighter jet, that was also shot down by India's air defense system. One airborne warning and control system, AWACS, this was also shot by India. So considerable damage was made to the Pakistani army and the Pakistan Air Forces armed forces by India, and India used the medium range Akash missile, medium to long range Barak missile, and long range S-400 missile. All these defense systems, air defense systems, were used by India to shoot down these drones, fighter jets, AWACS, etc., missiles, etc., by India. And in this, the Sudarshan Chakra S-400 played a major role in shooting down the missiles and the fighter jets. So this was a clear-cut proof that the air defense system of India is much better than that of Pakistan, because the terrorist establishments were shot down by India with using the missiles. The Lahore city attack was made by that of drones by India, and now the missiles, drones, fighter jets, etc. of Pakistan was shot down by India using our air defense system. So this was again a great humiliation to Pakistan and Pakistani army, and still they have some chances to come to the dialogue box, dialogue table, and retreat, pull back, so they can save their economy and save their armed forces and further humiliation. So these are the locations which were attacked by India yesterday night, and these were the locations on which Pakistan attempted the attack, right from Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan to up to Bhuj, that is Gujarat. Till there they attempted the attack, but none of them was successful. However, India started to attack various locations of Pakistan, and one more is missing over here, which was coming in the news, that was Sargodha. Right, so this is a very important air base of Pakistan. This is deep inside Pakistan, where they keep their advanced air force equipment, fighter jets, etc. So this is a major air base of Pakistan, deep inside Pakistan, that is Sargodha. So here it is being mentioned in the news channels that the attack were on Attock, Rawalpindi, Chakwal, Gurjewala, Lahore, Nankana Sahib, Bahawalpur, Ghotka, Miona, Umarkot, Karachi. So all these locations were attacked, and it is also being mentioned that the Karachi attack was by the Indian Navy. So all the armed forces of India were active yesterday and were on high alert yesterday when Pakistan started to attack India with the swarms of drones, missiles, fighter jets, etc. And all of them were thwarted. First of all, India neutralized all those attacks, and thereafter, India started the counter attack, which was very successful. And it is said that the Pakistan's defense system, air defense system, was destroyed. That was of China made, right? So HQ-9P and HQ-16 missile defense system of China made Pakistan defense system were destroyed. They were unsuccessful to track down any of the missiles, any of the drone attacks of India. And India attacked deep inside in Pakistan, and almost all the major cities of Pakistan was attacked. And this makes clear to Pakistan and the international community also that India is having the capability to defend itself and take the revenge if someone tries to violate the sovereignty and integrity of India. And that was the thing which was touted by the Indian armed forces, and our capability, our military might, our air force might, our defense might was clearly evident to everyone. And why I am saying that Pakistan is on a suicide mission? Because Pakistan is already in a turmoil. Its different regions are trying to splinter off from itself. Afghanistan is not respecting the Durand line, the international border between them. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is under unrest. Sindh is under unrest. Balochistan is in a deep unrest, and now the Balochis and the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa people are taking the advantage of this situation of Pakistan. Earlier also they had hijacked one of the train of Pakistan, and at that very time the Pakistani army had to use the military force to turn off that hijacking situation, to thwart that hijacking situation. But now it is the situation when the Pakistani army is engaged on its eastern border, and they don't have that much of capacity to look after Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the western borders and the other regions. And that is why this is a good situation, this is a conducive situation for Balochis, for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa people, for the Baltis people, Gilgit-Baltistan people, so that they can splinter off, they can ascertain, they can gain their independence. And in fact, Balochis are taking the advantage of this situation. So if first of all Pakistan would not have carried out any of the terrorist attack in Pahalgam, then there would not have been any such kind of situation. Later on, if even they had committed that mistake, but after when India conducted the air strike on the terrorist establishments, then they were having a safe escape way, face-saving escape way, that the attack was not on our military establishment, not on our citizens, not on any of the public establishment. It was just on the terrorist establishment. And we are also getting impacted by this terrorist establishment, terrorist organization. So it is good thing. India has done a fine thing. We don't care about that. Just leave it. So this was the possible and good escape way for Pakistan. But they tried to avenge that attack on the terrorist organizations by the use of military forces. And none of the country does such kind of thing, and that is why Pakistan is on a suicide mission, and balkanization of Pakistan is now inevitable, as well as it is the best possible time for India even to get back to reclaim Pakistan occupied Kashmir, which is an integral part of India, right? So that is the thing. Here we finish off the discussion. Thank you very much for watching this video. and do subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed it till now to get such kind of videos. If you find the video good and informative, then please go on to share it and like it. Thank you very much and Jai Hind.